Hi, I'm Hengame. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make a delicious walnut and chocolate slice with a soft chocolatey walnut top and crunchy butter crust. Make this treat and it won't last even a day in your fridge because it's so tasty and special. To make it, first pay attention to the tips I'll explain. For the mold, you can use a rollite mold, metal or galvanized coated molds, or even Teflon ones. Or like me, you can use an adjustable or sliding mold. The good thing about this mold is that it can be adjusted to any size, and if I say make it 20 centimeters, you can easily adjust it to 20 centimeters. You can also put foil on the bottom to make your work easier. But if you don't have these molds, to prevent your slide from sticking to the bottom, spread some margarine and rice flour on the top of the mold so no cake or crust sticks. Alternatively, you can use parchment paper. Regarding the crust texture, if you want it to be softer, use margarine. If you want a crunchier texture, use animal butter. In all slice recipes I teach, you can substitute animal butter with margarine. In general, slice pastries are very sensitive to air and dry out quickly, so you should store them in an airtight container. You can decorate the slice with anything you like. Here I will show you the decoration I use, but you can substitute it with fondant figures, edible pearls, or chocolate lace. My molds are 20 centimeter, but you can also use 23 to 23 centimeter or 25 to 25 molds. The only difference is that your slice will be thinner. You can swap the nuts as you like. Use standard baking measuring cups. Ingredients for the crust. Please weigh all ingredients precisely with a scale. All-purpose flour, 250 grams, sugar, 50 grams, egg, 1, should weigh 52 to 55 grams without the shell. If it's less, it's a small egg and you need to add more egg. Butter, 160 grams, must be cold straight from the fridge. Vanilla, 1/8 teaspoon. Salt, 1/8 teaspoon. Just remember, use standard baking measuring cups. Mix the flour and sugar with your hands. Then add the cold refrigerated butter and mix with your fingertips until it resembles breadcrumbs. We don't want the butter to melt, so do this in a cold environment and quickly to prevent the butter from melting and ruining the crust. As you can see, it should look like breadcrumbs. That's enough mixing. We don't want to transfer more heat from our hands to the butter. Now, add the salt and vanilla. Beat the egg slightly with a fork to break it up. And add it to the crust mixture. These ingredients are for a 23 to 23 mold, but I want my crust to be thicker, so I will use a 20 to 20 mold. Mix the ingredients again with your hands until you get a cohesive dough. But remember, it's not like bread dough. It will be less cohesive. Knead it just enough to bring the dough together. Look at the dough texture. It should look like this. Now I spread the dough in the mold using my hands. You can also use a small rolling pin if needed. Then bake it in the oven at 165 centimeters for 16 minutes to partially bake it. Now while the crust is baking in the oven, let's prepare the chocolate walnut toppings. Ingredients for the chocolate walnut toppings: 4 eggs, brown sugar, 200 grams. Make sure to use good quality brown sugar as it affects the taste and quality of the slice. Chocolate chips, 80 grams. Chopped walnuts, 200 grams. Don't chop the walnuts too finely. Medium to small pieces are better. If you want to feel the walnut texture, chop them medium size. It's up to you. Cocoa powder, 10 grams. Desiccated coconut, 80 grams. Vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon. First, mix the brown sugar, beaten eggs. Make sure they are no longer lumpy. Add vanilla together. You can use light brown sugar. Mix until the mixture is smooth and stretchy. Then add the desiccated coconut, walnuts, cocoa powder, and chocolate chips to the mixture and combine until smooth. After that, pour the topping mixture over the partially baked crust and put it back in the oven at 165 for 20 minutes. Let it cool completely before cutting. Each time you cut a row, clean the knife for the neat cut. I have cut the slices and you will see this kind of two-tone texture. For the decoration, mix edible alcohol with gold powder and paint the half walnuts. Then place them on the slices. To prevent the walnuts from falling off, you can apply a bit of glucose underneath. I hope you make it and enjoy it with your loved ones.